Na 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 na. Golan-globus, welcome in. This is one of the most nostalgic movies for me. Oh my god, I've now watched it 10,002 times, Murray.
Yeah, I can see why. Of course, this is our not-so superhero month. We're going to do something different. We're going to do kind of off-the-radar characters this month. We're not going to do Superman. We're not going to do Batman.
We're over with the Red Brown Captain America, so,
Right. So
R.I.P. No more Captain America.
This is going to be a learning thing.
Voyage,
journey.
Mm-hmm.
Life is a journey. Life is a highway.
Life is a
And
highway.
I want to ride it all night long. So yeah, we're gonna go more obscure route this month. So please stick with us because I know you guys are starfuckers and you just want the big movies.
Just want the big guys. You want us to do, the Tom Hardy Wolverine movie that doesn't exist. I made it up just because you're thirsty as fuck out there.
No, you're like, when are you gonna do Black Widow? It hasn't come out yet, and we're not doing it.
Not doing it
because it's 2.5 fucking hours at least.
Oh.
I haven't even looked into it, and I know it's 2.5.
So you're already giving a point to Pumaman, or the Pewmaman as some may call it, because it's 90 minutes?
Well, I was outraged because someone added 5 minutes extra of the same scene if you're watching it on YouTube.
Which anybody is. Everybody is.
I literally was like, wait, I saw this scene
Yeah.
10 minutes ago. What? Yeah. So, Griff, this is your favorite movie. I've always been under the impression this is your favorite movie.
Yeah. I mean, like, I put the qualifier out there. If it's based on how many times you watched a movie, this would have to be my favorite because I've probably watched it more than any other movie in my life.
The question is, why?
Why? This is such a fucking, like, I've watched this 3 times since I did the notes, and then I watched it 2 more times.
I barely watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
Got through it?
And you were just like fucking closing the book on this one. And I agree with you. It's a little bit tougher when you're doing notes to this movie. When you're just sitting back and enjoying it. And you know what? MST3K, it's not always good.
Griff, it's the Italian dilemma.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was an Italian movie until I saw the Italian names in the credits. I was like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
Because, and we're lovers of Italian cinema here at Golan-globus, but you gotta understand, there's amazing scenes and then
Just
dull shit in between.
Oh, my God.
That's how the Italians roll.
So MST3K has like 3 great episodes that everybody should watch. Pumaman is right up there with a Red Brown feature and Space Mutiny, and then there's the Final Sacrifice. That's the holy trinity of MST3K. So this is right in there. I've watched it a billion times. What's to love about this movie? Well, how about Vidinho, the sidekick? I got this put in my brain at an early age, didn't even realize it. Now that I have a more mature palate for movies, I saw it with a whole new clarity. Our superhero is a Dudikoff-type character.
Yeah, he sucks.
Except with awful charm. Like, Dudikoff doesn't say things. He just looks at people with that James
brooding,
Dean look.
yeah.
He's the brooding guy. And we have Tony in this movie, who eventually becomes the Pumaman, who is kind of being like a comic book character with his like wits and just throwing like little charm here and there. But he is the biggest wuss of all time.
And his costume's horrible. It's just Dockers.
Costume is awful.
He's like dad superhero.
He is. He gets fucking big old New Balance white sneakers on. This is
with
when
the
he
Velcro straps.
with the Velcro. This is when he puts on the belt and changes into his superhero.
Yeah.
Which just the belt was good. That was a Dolomite design.
That was a sweet luchador belt.
Yes, very nice belt. But then, like, I don't know what that wardrobe's called. It's just like a little. It's flips into his cape, but it's like a whole little cowl type thing. I don't know what to call it.
This is a sweatshirt he had on with a little.
Well, the sweatshirt was underneath it.
Yeah, and he had Elvis cape.
Yeah, the Elvis cape. Perfect. Oh, and then the shirt had like that
It had
mask.
a luchador mask on it.
Yeah.
It was very
Perfection.
very Aztec.
But I mean, if
We all
you're-
know the ancient Aztecs wore wrestling masks. We all know that.
Of course. I love, and then what else to love? The Pumaman. Okay, he's a superhero apparently. What are his powers? Well, let's think.
Many of the powers of the Puma.
Of the Puma. And this is why you're such a big Rowdy fan, because he always wore the black Puma, right?
Yeah. Black
Yeah.
Panther. But
Oh, it's
Puma.
Black Panther.
Well, they're the same thing.
They're
I
kind of
think.
same? Okay.
I think Panther and Puma are actually the same thing.
And we all know Roddy Piper had... Okay,
Roddy
let's go
Power.
down the list of the superpowers Roddy Piper has.
Gift of Gab.
Gift of Gab, of course. Okay, some of these things make a lot of sense.
Able to crush a coconut over a man's head.
Yes, that's absolutely. I would have loved to see Tony pull that one off. So we'll start with the more realistic Puma features. He can spring. And he falls like a cat. He can jump high and fall like a cat.
Always lands on his feet.
Yes,
like
makes perfect sense.
It does make sense.
Okay, and now we're moving on to hands like claws, which me and my friends still yell at each other. Tony, your hands are like claws! And he just rips a car in half.
Oh.
Which, by the way, when he hits people, why doesn't he break their faces in half if he has that kind of strength?
Because he's pulling back like Superman.
Okay,
that makes sense, though. That's a Puma power. Okay.
Let's go into the second tier of Tony's power. Oh, still first tier. Tingling Spider-Man senses, the Puma senses.
Puma sense, yeah.
Which comes and goes as it pleases.
Yes. It only happens like twice. And he needs it like 5 times.
I will point out some of the times he's got a hard-on, so all that blood flow is going somewhere else. It's not going into his senses.
I have a question, though. We learned a couple weeks ago on our criminally underrated Baywatch Nights episode that the Zargtha sees red. That's his vision. Puma Vision is also red.
I forgot about Puma Vision. We're still in first
tier.
tier.
Is a Puma related to a Zargtha?
I have to imagine, yeah. They probably share some ancestral roots because when all the continent was one supercontinent.
Pangea,
thank you. Yeah, I believe they were right there with each other. They were probably
South America's right next to Yugoslavia.
Exactly. See, guys, this is why you need us to thread
this
all
is why you need to listen to our tippy taps, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, really. There is one expanding universe happening in front of your earballs. Let's go into the second tier skills.
The
GGCU, the greatest universe in all of universes. Second tier abilities. This is where it starts getting really interesting if you like ridiculous superpowers. Phasing abilities. Kitty Pryde.
Yes. Well, Kitty.
Oh, No, never mind. It makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so he's got phasing powers. Also, flight. Because why not flight?
I'm going to give them credit for going into the what makes flight. Cause you even think about it. Superman, how does he propel himself? Pumaman swims.
Yeah,
that makes sense. And then what's his name again? Vadinho. It's like he explains it. It's like it's telekinesis. He's like, your brain makes you fly.
Yes, your body cannot fly. Your mind can fly.
So technically he's using telekinesis, which makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. He never explained that in Superman. Superman just goes, it jumps, and all of a sudden he flies. How does he can propel himself?
My other favorite, and look, I know all you Marvel fans out here will know this for truth. Thor, how he flies. Murray?
He throws his hammer.
Isn't that the fucking best? When I found that out, because I just thought he flew.
Sometimes he'll just swing it like a helicopter.
Yeah.
That's
fucking great. I love that. When I heard that, I was like, Thor is one of my favorite characters ever. Yeah, flight and teleportation. Wow. Oh, yeah, and he can stop his heart.
10 minutes of death.
10 minutes of death.
And Neil Breen people, he can go to the trash lodge.
Yes. There is a lot of tie-ins with Neil Breen in this movie.
He astral projects in this movie.
Our superhero also traverses the trash lodge because we see his outfit.
The very trash. It's like a parallel but trashier version of our world.
Mm-hmm. So good. And something that I knew he was in this movie. Donald Pleasance, of course. Mr. Pleasance. You may call me funky.
I have to say, when I saw this, the most shocking thing about this movie to me was it came out in 1980. Mm-hmm. I was like, this has to be 72.
Everything about it looks 70s.
And to me, it plays totally like a live-action Disney movie from the early 70s. I'm waiting for young Kurt Russell to show up.
The
music, exactly. And it's like the kind of kid. It is like a kid's movie.
They
do talk about dinosaur fucking. It's still a kid's movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was what blew my mind. And then I'm just thinking, a year later, Donald Pleasance is one of the greatest movies of all time, Escape from New York. How does that happen?
Well, Donald Pleasance was just that great. He brought his fucking charm and charisma with him everywhere, and he plays the same character in everything. And I love him in everything.
I was having flashbacks to that Ginty movie we did. Warrior Lost Time. Something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
don't remember. It's a Ginty movie.
Well, I mean, Pleasance played the same character he plays here.
Yeah,
in
he
that movie.
played. Oh, that's right. I remember that movie now, where they go in the cave and come out in a factory.
Yeah.
Oh man, Donald Pleasance. Yeah, Bond movies, Escape from New York. He's in everything. He's
Halloween,
great.
Lewis.
Halloween, all 4 of them, supposedly.
No, he wasn't in the third one.
Third. Oh yeah, that's right.
He did come back for the fourth one.
I saw him in the 4th one, and I just skipped over 3, which is a wonderful movie. Murray, I believe we should keep this short. There's going to be so much to talk about.
Yeah, there's 3 pages in the notes, people.
Come on, it's this. You're going to go on a Griff nostalgia trip here. Oh shit, that really is full 3.
Everybody, you're going to live. If you ever wonder what Griff's childhood was like, you're going to live it for the next 5 hours.
Early 20s.
Early 20s. Basically his childhood. 'Cause Griff was about 5 feet tall when he was in his early 20s. So, he had a growth spurt at 25.
Griffo stunt is what they used to call me.
Griffo stunt. All right, let's get to it then.
Don't know if there's a trailer for this.
There's got to be a trailer.
If there's
for
not,
this.
everybody, I would bet made a great trailer for last week's movie, and I loved it.
Who did?
I did.
Oh, I didn't. I guess I got to listen to our show because I didn't know you
Oh,
made a
I've
trailer.
only been asking you to for the longest time.
I'm just doing what everybody else does, ignoring us. So everybody, fuck your Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is the Pumaman Cinematic Universe. It's only one movie, and that's all you need. And it's 90 minutes. Get ready for Pumaman.
We'll make slaves of men with this mask. We'll dominate the world. Who can stop us?
The Pumaman. We must find him and kill him.
Help me, Vadinho!
You are the Pumaman.
So, dinosaurs became extinct because they no longer knew how to love each other. Is that correct?
Exactly. And I certainly wouldn't want our species to end the same way.
That's the best biological blackmail I've ever heard.
Pumaman. Pumaman, I am ordering you. I am ordering you to kill yourself.
Repeat. Repeat with me. Each man is a god. Each man is free. Each man is a god.
Each man is a god.
Each man is free.
Each man is free.
Each man is a god.
Each man is a god.
Each man is free.
Each man is free.
An ancient Aztec legend tells of a god who descended to Earth from the stars at the dawn of time and became the father of the first Pumaman. I love it. One sentence and they explain everything you need to know about Pumaman.
Yeah. You don't need to know about the mask, the power of the mask, because they're gonna kind of explain it a little bit. They do it's not the scroll, it's just font on a background for a minute. And then he continues to say, like, I speak to all humanity. With this mask, I will always be with you. My bloodline will be the custodian. So this godlike figure keeps a custodian on Earth to protect the mask.
Well, they're not godlike, they're aliens. We see a spaceship descend.
Yeah, right. But they have all these powers, so they're kind of godlike.
I
right?
liked very interesting spaceship. I liked it. It was like a Christmas ornament.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
very.
you don't see like a bald ship.
Yeah, usually you get the saucer.
Right.
So I like that too. They were very influenced by other movies, clearly, but we'll ignore that. But yeah, we've got. So they have a plan, an alien plan on Earth to watch over the mask, but then they also have.
Did they create mankind?
It sounds like they just been watching it.
Okay.
Because I don't think they created it. but they definitely did somehow. I don't know if this is like the alien fucked a human, and that's how the Pumaman bloodline started. But how did the Pumaman
Are the
bloodline
aliens
start?
Puma people? We don't know. We never see the aliens.
Well, isn't Vidinho in one of the aliens?
No, he's a high priest. He's an Aztec.
Yeah, you're right. He's just a high priest Aztec. You're right. Interesting.
Just
All
because
right.
he looks like an Hispanic Robert Zadar doesn't mean he's not human.
Vidinho is so good. Oh my God! Again, this is you have Robert Ginty and Tony, our hero, and then you have fucking Steve James and Vidinho. I love Vidinho, and yes, he is an onion. So we cut over to Jade. She's in her finest Trash Lodge wardrobe. Everybody in the Cobras clan, they all wear pleather black on black.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It looks great, and it's form-fitting, too. Everybody, not just the ladies. Donald Pleasant's form-fitting, not a form you're warm to, but everybody's wearing the same uniform.
Yeah, it's like it's like a dress code. You gotta, when you're working for Cobras, you need the leather.
How you feeling about, right off the bat, how you feeling about our villain? Donald Pleasant's in trash bag wear, very tight. Feeling
Great.
like Cobras.
I love Donald Pleasance. He's one, like I say, he's one of those British actors. Most of the movies he did were shit, but he wasn't shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care if I'm doing this strictly for the paycheck. I'm gonna bring my best A game. I'm not phoning it in. Fuck you. Here it is. Love it.
This is why so many MST3K episodes suck, because they don't have people like Donald Pleasance in there treating it like...
Gravitas, Griff.
Exactly. They bring the floor of this movie right back up. So we got Jane. She's studying this gold mask, and she's got the fucking the hand lens up there, and she's studying every little crevice in there.
Right up on it. It's like right on it.
Yeah. And she's just like, oh, my God. Jane's got something going on with her face. I couldn't figure it out.
She's got Joker face.
Joker face?
When she's smiling, she's scary.
Her mouth goes from ear to ear. Like, people will say, oh, he's got a smile from ear to... Her mouth literally goes from ear to ear.
Yeah, Joker face.
She's a South Park Canadian. Like, her whole mouth hinges to talk. And, yeah, so she's... Suddenly, she's just, like, got this real confused look at her. She's got
She's
that.
reading shit that's not there. There's nothing inscribed on the mask.
Yeah.
First of all, what the fuck is the mask? Is it gorilla face? What the fuck is going on? It's like the
gnarly.
worst. It's not.
It's someone's...
It's like a bust cut in half.
Yeah.
Like the front half of a bust.
Yeah, there's like the base for it and everything, and then it's a very weird-looking mask. Because it was hollowed out like a mask would be.
Yeah, it's got eye holes.
So it wasn't quite cut in half, is what I'm saying about a bust
Well, I'm
there.
just saying, like, the base is even, like, cut in half. It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a weird... It's not a floating mask you could put on your face. It's just weird. Oh, okay. And so, yeah, was this... Does she discover this after the little thing flips open?
No,
or does she
first
read
she
it?
reads the inscription first.
Yeah.
Which I guess you need to have that lens right up on it to read it, because you can't see any writing on this thing. And then she goes, it says it's cursed in that whomever desecrates it will be destroyed by the Pumaman. And Donnie P. Cobras, he's not flustered. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, he says sometimes there's more truth in legend than in history. Perfect line. I'm pretty sure Taft said that.
And just about to hand over the mask to Cobras, she hits like a button, a secret button. What, did they just get this? Have they had it forever?
I have no clue. We're in some kind. Indiana Jones should be alerted to this, because these people should not have this mask, is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones might be on this case right now.
He probably is. And he's probably in the Andes searching for it.
That
Little
might
as
be
we
it.
know,
Yeah, maybe
it's in London.
Maybe Vidinho scared him away because he could tell he wasn't a Pumaman, because Vidinho has a picture proof.
Right, because we all know Indiana Jones' parents did not die in a plane crash.
God damn it, I love that.
So, yeah, there's like a circuit board in this inside the base of the mask.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. It makes sense. Like, it's not magical at all. It's like a scientific-based thing.
Yeah, and so she's like, oh my God, it's proof that this is alien technology. I gotta go tell the press. You will tell nobody. And he slides it shut.
He does the Revenge of the Ninja move, where he like hypnotizes her, just doing the ninja things in front of her face.
Oh
And that mask was similar to the. He had a silver mask. It's
Yeah.
masks. That's what hypnotizes
Yeah.
people.
And so Jane is just like, again, she goes from smiling to the most confused look I've ever seen on a human being, and she does it so well. That's another little charm of this movie. Jane's facials, great. And so she gets up and starts kind of like walking away, and you can tell she's going to go tell the press immediately.
Right.
But
as you should. We're investigative journalists. You need to tell us.
exactly. She was trying to go get a hold of us, but, she would have had to have your number because I was not born yet. So, she's walking away, and Donnie P, he already knows how to work this thing.
Right. Like, what was the point of having her? Like, just second, like, maybe I'm wrong about something, so second opinion?
Yeah, I have.
He's mastered it.
It's very convenient how everybody gets gravitated towards his mask. And so, Donnie P, Miss Dobson, could you please turn around for a moment? And then he stands behind the mask, and
but not really. He's never really looking through the mask.
yeah,
he's like above it.
Yeah, it's always above it, but it's like they look into the mask, and then it's like a swinging watch where it hypnotizes you. And so he starts commanding her and telling her that, he's just getting control of her brain. That's all he's doing, is putting in the base layers to,
he's getting the ceramic bust ready.
Yeah.
We'll get into it later.
Oh, God.
And he's like, I guess he just couldn't translate the inscriptions. That's what he needed her for.
Maybe. Yeah.
So he's like, he didn't know. I guess he didn't know about Pumaman before this. He's like, we need to kill this Pumaman. He's the only one capable of stopping us.
Yeah, because he's got his other bald henchman there, who's slightly less bald than Donald Pleasance, and MST3K likes to make the joke, I wish to be balder than you one day, sir.
He doesn't. This is the first. I'm guessing the first time he's heard about Pumaman. Yet he knows exactly what constitutes a Pumaman.
Yeah,
like the secret origin.
He's been working. We're about to learn here in a minute because this is the same day. We're about to learn. He already knows about the Pumaman and its follies, like his powers and everything. So,
he knows the origin. He knows who could be a Pumaman, who couldn't be.
This is amazing. Like just how they packed
so
this all
next
in
thing we
here.
cut to a guy's being thrown out a window.
Yeah. And then a newspaper swirls into the screen, Superman style. Alert! Alert! 4 Americans killed within the same day. Why?
Well, we don't know, but Donnie P knows. But first, this is where we see our man Tony Barnes.
Yep. He's got the Kill Bill tracksuit on.
He does. I forget. Yeah, he's jogging along with his buddy who's a mailman, a cop. I don't know what the fuck this guy is. He's very British. He's got a Cockney accent.
Oh, very Cockney. Martin.
And they're just shooting the breeze like, this is strange, man. Fucking yikes, a cute.
Don't you know that I can't do it. They're out there.
Apparently, he knows all about Tony's life.
Yeah.
Because they're just like you. They're American. They're all sons of doctors, and they lost both parents in a plane accident. And
fuck that. They're throwing them out windows. Well, if I get thrown out a window, I'll break the record for landing from the highest fall.
And then he goes, see ya, I gotta go to my job at the Natural History Museum.
And he just runs all the way there. He cuts through. It's a full museum. Like, everyone's in there.
Dinosaur bones and
checking
everything.
it out. Yeah, they got all the fossil structures set up and everything. It's beautiful. Cuts right through that and goes to his office that's also accessible by the public.
Yeah.
Because he's in there, like, doing work, and there's a couple people in there just looking at shit.
It's a very hands-on museum.
Very hands-on.
He gets
museum.
reamed by his boss for running in the tracksuit. And
I thought I told you this is not a gymnasium. And I forget his little quip here. He's got a little quip. Yeah, I'll remember that. And, I won't age the fossils or something. It's something awful.
And then after he drops that fucking cutting remark, he just goes, he has like a headache. He's got an adult-sized bangaroo going on.
I love it because there's a, maybe I'll pop the noise in here. There's like a ping noise that happens. Boing!
Sick?
No. I get this way when I sense danger.
Well, you've sensed rightly. You're in danger of being fired.
There is a Casio cut-in as well. Boo-doo-boo or something. That's how his tingling sense goes off.
But he just thinks, it's just a headache. So he's back to work. He's taking notes on a skeleton of an animal or some shit. And then we see this very strange Zadarian-looking character.
You see, Tony knows who Robert Zadar is, so he's like, is that Robert Zadar? Oh, he's not. He's
Zardino is what I call him.
Zardino. But he realizes
he's got the fucking jaw of a god, a puma god.
Yeah.
He's as I don't know what it was. He's like not Hispanic. It's kind of whatever the natives of Mexico. He's that.
Yeah, the indigenous Mexicans.
Indigenous. That's it.
Yeah.
Indigenous people. And he's got a sweet muscle shirt with some kind of like 3-dimensional.
Yep. It's like beads that were sewn into his collar that go wrap all the way around his shirt and form some kind of cool little structure there. Very cool.
And like you said, this is like in the back where Tony's working, and he's just stumbling around.
He's just touching everything, and Tony is just like staring at him. And Vidino is just playing very coy, like looking over at him, touching things, touching this, touching that. And he finally walks over, and he steals the patella, sticks it into his shirt, and starts running. And so Tony's like, hey, get back here! Chases him down the hallway. Vidino, oh my God, he's got some ninja skills to him. Because he, despite being down like 50-meter long hallway, we're in England, so I'm using meters.
Okay. Good.
He stops.
Stewart is thinking, that's right.
Yeah. Like, Vidino's nowhere to be seen. And so Tony's like, man, I'm a little winded. I'm going to stand by this window, catch a breeze.
Well, yeah, he's sweating a little.
Yeah.
He's got to cool off. And then Zardino just grabs him and hurls him out the fucking window. And we get this horrible green screen effect of a guy. It looks like he's fallen 10 stories, but he only falls 2. But he's like, ah! And then he lands on his feet, and he's fine.
Yeah, just like a cat would. Exactly. At what point does Tony start to realize he's different than other people? Because we know he's already got.
I'm sure he's always thought he's different than other people.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
He's a fucking piece of shit.
Maybe.
But so Zardino comes down. He's like, "You did it! You're Pumaman!"
No, man, this is one of the greatest scenes ever because Tony gets up and he's like, "What the fuck just happened?" And in the background, you see. You got me fucked up now. This is one of my favorite movies, and I can't even remember his name because of your little new name for it. Vidino, it comes charging forward, and you see this man hauling ass, and he's got he's kind of got the same vibe as Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men, where he's got that creepy haircut and the strong, just like non-emotional face. He's scary as shit. He's hauling ass at Tony.
He's an indigenous lurch. He looks like Lurch.
I love Vidino so much, and he's
excited because this is the fifth American. Don't you think he's the one throwing him out the window to test him?
That's what they're thinking is happening, but that's not what's happening.
Oh, okay.
So later on, we'll get the clue into that. It's actually Donald Pleasance going around throwing people out windows. Why is he throwing people out windows?
Because he's trying to kill the Puma Man.
Yeah.
But that's the wrong way to kill the Puma Man so he can fly.
He's not trying to kill him. He's trying to prove it's the Puma Man so we can be sure when he kills him, he's killed the Puma Man. That's his point.
Okay.
So Tony sees Vidino coming at him like a fucking freight train. He ducks into this little fucking shed or something, grabs himself a club, and Vidino just walks in. It's completely dark in here, and Vidino just stares him down.
Vidino destroys the door Frankenstein.
Yeah, you're right. Vidino bashes in the door.
And how are you supposed to react to that? You're freaking out if you're Tony.
Oh my God! And Tony's just standing there holding his club, like I'll harm you.
Yeah, it's like a table leg.
Yeah. And Vidino just says to him, "You are the Puma Man," and then disappears like a ninja again.
So and Tony's baffled, so he just stumbles back to work.
Yeah.
And he bumps into Jane,
who's wearing a veil, right?
Yes, wearing a veil. And apparently she came from a funeral. I don't know why she's wearing a veil.
Yeah.
Very chic.
Very interesting outfit she's got on here. And I don't know, maybe Tony's got some other senses that they're not cluing us into.
And the veil only went to her nose.
Only to the nose.
Oh, that was kind of odd.
So they just happen to bump into each other, and Tony's still got his little club in case, Vidino charges at him again. And Jane's just playing it up. I guess she was looking for him.
Yes, because Cobras wants
because he's American. He knew.
Yeah. And he knows he fits all the stats. Son of the doctors, lost parents in a plane
That's
crash.
right. Does he?
And so she's under the guise, well, you're a great paleontologist. I got some dinosaur fucking questions. Can you help me out with that?
Yeah. And he's like, is that a proposition? I do want you to come over. I think I might. I don't know, though. I kind of soiled my clothes here. I need you to come any way you want. And Tony, he doesn't need to read eyes because that was clearly a proposition.
Well, good, because the veil was kind of obscuring him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, that's what she was doing. She was hiding her eyes from him.
So she makes a call to Cobra. It's like, he's in.
They got car phones. Everybody's got a car phone.
And Vidinho is like lurking in the background. He's watching. He's like, that woman's up to something.
I like this. So Vidinho, we go from thinking he's a shadowy figure to what's Vidinho up to? Is he working for us? Is he a good guy?
We don't know. Because we're judging him by looks. He's obviously evil because he's not white and he looks weird.
He's non-white and he's a lurk.
Yes, he's a creep. He's a creeper.
So Cobra's is back at his lair, and he's speaking some more commands into the mask.
So this is where we see the mask somehow creates when I don't know. This mask does a lot of shit. It has more powers than fucking Pumaman does.
And how has he found this out in 2 days?
Because he's a genius. He's a super genius. He's Lex Luthor.
I was just gonna say he's tapping into his Lex Luthor powers.
Luthor powers, right?
Jesus
the torture rack.
He keeps playing with his penis while talking into the mask.
So I don't know. I don't know if the person has to be there or what, but the mask can create ceramic busts of your head.
Wait, is the mask doing it or is he doing it?
Both. He's doing it through the mask because later on he makes one of Tony.
Right, so he makes it.
Using the mask, yeah.
How using the oh my god, these are the questions I have. I want the director's cut to know what's going on with these masks because he's using as technology and he's also using voodoo technology.
I love how you did that as technology. Like
Not my joke.
Oh, okay.
MST3K joke.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I wanted to say a disclaimer. I've never saw this episode of Mystery Science Theater, so if I use one of their jokes, coincidence.
Yeah. I've seen them all, so I am calling back to them if they come up. And so, so they're using the as technology, and they're also using voodoo technology. But he goes a step further. He doesn't just have a little head bust of them. He also wires them up.
Yes.
What do the wires even do? Is that
I don't know.
Does that does it amplify the
Yes.
waves? That has to be it.
So he is talking to a mask. A bust of Jane's father, who's like a high muckety-muck in some kind of organization. I don't remember what it was called.
He was the Dutch ambassador.
Dutch ambassador, that's right. So he's controlling him through the mask, through the bust.
Okay, background on Cobras here, everybody. He is like that Larry Murphy guy or whoever was the oil guy who just died recently.
I don't know.
The one who tried to sue John Oliver a while back. But he is Cobras is an energy man. He creates energy, and what he's trying to do is get all these like bigwigs together from various countries to control all their energy.
It's oil. You got to remember, this is when the OPEC strike or whatever was going on. Oil shortages at this time, so it's very topical.
Sorry, people. Every movie is a little political.
Everyone,
Every
deal with
movie.
it. And so, that's his plan. He wants to control all the world's oil, and then he controls the world.
Exactly. He can make everybody do what he wants if he controls all the electricity and
So
everything.
Tony, he goes back home. He's getting his tuxedo ready for this big date with Jane.
He's got his big old bow ties working on there. He's feeling real good when suddenly the lights turn off.
Does he get Puma senses?
I don't think he does.
But he does get Zargtha vision.
But this makes sense because if his Puma senses really do detect threats and danger, he wouldn't get it.
You're right.
So this makes sense.
But
Checks
this
out.
makes sense, after the fact. We don't know this at the time.
Right. But when you've watched it 10,004 times like I have, I'm giving you the fucking expert's glimpse into this.
So he goes into Puma vision, and he spots Vidinho.
Oh, Vidinho's in his house. He snuck in. He may be alert, but he's quiet on his feet.
And he breaks it down for Pumaman. He's like, you are the Pumaman. You do not harm my people.
Well, I'm an angry man, and I'll harm you right now. And he's got that table leg from work still. He still got it. He pulls it out, and he's like, no. Stop. I have proof. and he pulls out the very same picture. And Tony just so happens to have it framed on his coffee table, which I'm pretty sure Vidinho knew. Vidinho snuck in here before.
Yeah, and he got it Xeroxed. And then he just said, yeah, it's a picture of Tony as a young man with his parents.
Now, Tony, I need you to do something.
Tony apparently forgot about this whole adventure he had in the Andes, where he actually apparently must have met Vidinho or something.
Who knows? Because Vidinho may have been hiding behind trees back then, too. What if Tony's dad didn't like Vidinho?
I don't know. But Tony's dad was the first. It was Pumaman, because it's a generational
I understand
thing.
that.
Yeah.
But he had to be there because he was the high priestess and I think the custodian or something.
Priest. We don't really know what Vidinho's gender is, so maybe he is the high priestess.
We don't know, yeah. So, yeah, he's the high priest, so he
did
had
have a China jaw.
China jaw. So he could have been just lurking in the background because he,
He does like to lurk.
Tony's dad might have been like, you're harshing my buzz here. I can't lay this woman with you fucking creeping around here all the time. She's not into you. She's a little racist. I'm not.
You're
racist.
great. You're great, Vidinho.
So we don't know what their connection was, but he's like, now look, since we are friends and everything, I need you to put on this belt. And he pulls out the greatest lucha belt I've ever seen.
I would have put it on even if I wasn't Pumaman.
I'm not putting on the strap. He won't even call it a belt. He's that much of a wuss.
He just calls it the title.
Yeah.
What's up with
Is Vince
that?
McMahon coming for you? Say belt.
And then Tony just puts the lights out, and he's got Puma vision, so he just runs out of the room.
See, MST3K did it right because they just cut this next 5 minutes out of the movie. And so this is the first time I've ever seen these 5 minutes of Pumaman right here, man.
Great.
So Tony's down and he's in his car. I didn't even know Tony had a car. I thought he ran everywhere.
Little Volkswagen Bug.
Yep, Volkswagen's all over this movie, and he's fucking revving it, and his tires are just spinning, and then the camera slowly peels up to reveal that Vidinho is fucking strong as shit. He's lifting this car.
Is he wearing the belt? We don't know.
He's just strong. He can't have the power of the Puma because he's not a Puma man. So that's what I'm curious about. If somebody else puts on the belt, they get no powers because the Puma man abilities are in Tony.
That's what I don't understand. What's the point of the belt again? I thought the point of the belt was the powers.
It's got to be.
Does it make him fly?
It's got to be. You know what?
Because
That
you're
might be
right.
it.
He already has the Puma powers.
He's got the vision. He's got the falling like a cat. He's got the hands like claws. So I think the transporting ability and the flight come from the belt. I think that's it.
Okay.
We've solved it. God, 20 years in the making, and we finally solved Puma Man. All right. So he's trying to get away in his car, and it's just not budging because Vidinho has the fucking tires lifted. So,
he rips the door off.
yeah, he just walks over. Tony, I love this. He reaches over and locks the door real quick and sticks his tongue out. Nah, you can't get in here. And he just peels the fucking door back like he's pulling back a taco to make sure there's no cheese in it. Mm-hmm.
You eat tacos without cheese?
No. Vidinho doesn't.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Not authentic enough?
Well, actually, I will eat some tacos without cheese. When you get the authentic little street tacos, cilantro, meat, onion,
Okay.
lime,
Okay.
hot sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
Rips the door off, and then he hops in the car, I think.
Yeah, he hops in the car, and Tony's just like, all right, buddy, where are we going? And he's like, just go wherever, but just know this. Danger waits for you. They're trying to get you there. He's like, oh, so where should I go? Let's go to the taco place.
And then we hear dun, 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 and we see all of London. Now I know why they cut it out of the Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, because this scene is pointless.
And then Tony just, stops his car and gets out and runs.
Yeah. And Vidinho just playing, he's just like, oh, fuck, how do I teach this kid? We just cut away, and it's a perfect scene to cut. We should have cut it out of these notes, but we didn't. And I was so excited to talk
we would
about
have learned
it.
about your taco preferences if we cut this scene out.
That's right.
All right.
We wouldn't have. And so we cut over, and everybody is arriving at Jane's, and it's a great party. You got a 30-year-old.
It's probably the embassy if he's a Dutch ambassador.
Yeah, it's her dad's embassy or whatever, because Jane says, let's go to my room, which you know what that means. So they show up. It's Jane, 30-year-old woman in her prime, and all these geezers hanging out, all wearing nice suits and everything.
Right. They're all smoking pipes. Going,
Tony arrives. He's looking like shit because, he's just been running for 4.5 miles or however long.
right.
I don't know the conversion. That's about 9 meters. He runs 9 meters. Wait, that's not right at all. Never mind.
So, like, Tony meets her dad and everybody, and then, Cobra's. He's got to make an entrance.
Oh, my God. This entrance.
He's got his finest, a suit made out of oven mitts.
Yes. I was like, how do I explain this one? You nailed it. It is the inside of an oven mitt that's silvery. Yeah.
It's like quilted.
A whole
puffy
jacket.
Nehru jacket.
Nehru?
Donald Pleasance loves his Nehrus.
Nehru. That's what that's called?
It's got the collar. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm learning. I love these learning experiences. And so he walks in after his goons have all walked in wearing their finest trash bags, and they look around. They're looking to make sure because...
You know why he's wearing an oven mitt? Because he's hot as fuck.
Mm-hmm. He's just trying to keep some of that heat off him.
Right.
So he had told Miss Dobson, Jane, to get all of the help out of the house. No strangers in here. Just the rank and file, the ambassadors
guys
and everything.
Who are running the world, apparently.
Just the guys running the world. They're just going to hang out at this house with Jane Dobson and her dad.
Dutch ambassador.
She does look very
He's got the best weed.
He's got. Oh, there we go. Dutch got dank. And
it's all like Edam cheese. And,
Edam?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's some good cheese there.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
it's good spread. Yeah. You're right. Fondue fountains just flowing. Love it. So Donald Pleasance, Cobras, finally walks in and immediately just locks eyes on Tony. And Tony,
it's alpha male, dude.
Yeah, Tony, who is not an alpha male at all. No. He's just a confused child.
Tony, he looks like a scrawny version of the guy who plays Superman now. I was getting that vibe.
Henry Cavill?
Yeah, he kind of looks like him, but like a bitch version of that guy.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Without the muscle, without the weight, and without, for sure. I'm going along for this ride. And Jane sees that he is confused as all hell. He's always confused. Within a day, Jane has learned everything there is to learn about Tony.
There's not much to know.
He's shallow as fuck. Yeah. So she pulls him aside by his hand, and he finally, shakes the cobwebs out of his head when he noticed that she is wearing a somewhat revealing outfit, so he just stares at her breasts. And she's like, I want you to come into my bedroom. And he's like, a breast me? I mean, a boob me? I mean, honkers.
He's like, if only my Puma vision could see through clothes. And they hightail it out of there.
Yeah, she's like, I want you to come into my room and read some books with me.
You know what, guys, when your girl says that, you know what that means.
You know what that means.
Butthole warming.
Yeah.
I
got some braille somewhere I can't reach.
So Vidinho finally shows up. He's a pretty good jogger himself. And he's just... He finds
Michael,
a secret passage.
He's got Michael Meyer horror movie speed, where he's just there suddenly.
But he finds a secret passage that is in this embassy.
This is amazing because it's like a cement wall crevice that he goes through. This is some serious weird shit happening, and I love it.
It's like an Eyes Wide Shut house. There's like these
another
weird
scene,
passageways.
not an MST3K right here.
Oh,
Vidinho getting into the house and everything,
and he's watching his Cobras is like. Telling the people what's up, these ambassadors and shit, his plan.
Yeah, he's trying to tell them, like, you just give me all of the control over the oil, and they're like, but then you have all the power, and you can make any rates, you'd have the monopoly on energy throughout all of Europe. Yes, but I will be good. I will be like Comcast, I will keep the rates real low because I'll have no competition.
That's the great thing about monopolies.
Yeah.
They keep the rates low.
They have to keep the rates low because otherwise people will do something.
And he's like, so, any questions? Like, no, that sounds pretty cool. All right, kill Pumaman.
Yeah, he excuses all the ambassadors. And, Cobras tells his goons, like, all right, find Tony and murder him.
Of course, Vidinho's hearing all of this.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, that Tony, he's in trouble.
So he cut to Jane's room. She's like, so you're telling me the dinosaurs died off because they stopped fucking? Well, basically, yeah.
That's the best biological blackmail I've ever heard. And she turns
he's unzipping his pants.
Yeah, he's unzipping his pants. She is turning over and just displaying her body for him. And he leans in, and they are just make-out king. Tony is going to town. Like, I haven't seen a tongue like this since Gene Simmons.
He's about to, but the cock blockers of Cobras show up, his goons, and they attack him.
Did you notice the Foley work for all these fight scenes?
No, I did.
All you hear is like clogs on a wooden floor, and whatchink, whatchoo. It's great.
All I know is Tony's got his pants around his ankles. He's got a raging hard on, but he still manages to fight his way out of this.
He's really good at running with his pants on his ankles.
Leaves Jane to get raped or whatever. He doesn't know. He's just out of there.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't really consider that. Our hero is here. He bails on this woman who could also be in danger.
Fortunately, in the secret passageway the Vidino's in, there's also the circuit breaker.
Yeah,
so Vidino
that's
pulls out a screwdriver.
Tony had hidden like behind some boxes or anything, but he was cornered, and they had guns and they had clubs, but Vidino saving the day.
Pulls out the screwdriver. We know you just put it into a circuit breaker. Boom! You can do anything you want. You can put a strobe light show. You can, but he turns the lights off.
Just turns it off for long enough because somebody already knows. Somebody hit the lights with a screwdriver. I know that pop anywhere because it makes a certain pop.
Right.
So
Puma Vision kicks in.
Yep, and he's got agility for days because he's really starting. When you have an Aztec man break into your house and tell you you're a Puma man, it really brings to earth the differences about you. Like, you really start tapping into those things that make you different. The agility, the cat-like reflexes, the Puma Vision, the Puma tingling, which I don't remember them tingling. This is what I wanted to get to.
Well, something was tingling.
Exactly.
But
something was
Puma.
tingling. All the blood was going down south.
So he misinterpreted it.
Mm-hmm. Or he just didn't interpret it at all because his antenna wasn't up. His antenna was up.
So normally, if you're a normal person and you're being chased, you don't go to the roof of the house. You go downwards. You go to the outside.
Yeah.
But Tony, he doesn't have Puma brains, apparently, because he goes to the attic. And he punches a hole through the roof. Climbs out. Vidino's out there. I guess he knows, like, of course he's going to do this.
Yeah,
So I'll wait for
Vidino's
him.
hanging out by the, like, fountain or whatever.
Vidino knows what to do. You go out the fucking door.
Yeah. And so Tony gets to the roof, which he has to break through the shingles, which it has, like, those clay, just the clay roof.
Yeah, it's like an Adobe.
Yeah. So he just cracks right through them because his hands are like claws, Murray. They just claws right through it, jumps on the roof, and Vidino's down there with the belt, and he's like, Tony, you got to jump, put on the belt, I'll die.
Title. It's the title. It's not the belt.
Oh, excuse me. Vidino, it's a title or a strap. It's not a belt. Oh, I said it. I got to take that back. So Vidino, and this is one of the best MST3K lines in the episode, put it on. I'll die. Put it on. And then die. So he fucking tosses him the belt.
But would he die? He just jumped out of a building earlier in the movie.
This building
and landed
is not.
on his feet.
Yeah, it was.
Is it only 3 stories? Is that the maximum?
Are you telling me this building is 3 stories?
No, I'm
high?
just saying. Is that the maximum for his jump?
Yeah. That's what I'm questioning as well because it's got to be higher than that if he's got Puma abilities.
Oh.
But I don't know. And we've already discussed. You don't need the belt to land. But he already has the cat-like reflexes, so he could land no problem. But he's got to get him the belt. And I think
what it is it's a mental thing. Vidino's playing with him where
you're right.
It's like the power was always inside of you. The belt does nothing.
I think
it's like a thing. Like he needs to believe that the belt does something for him to do it.
Well, Murray, we got to accept that the belt does do something because he catches that belt. What am I supposed to? Excuse me. Oh my
Title.
God. What am I supposed to do with this strap? Put it on. Finally, he puts it on. Some nice 60s sound effects happening here. And then we zoom out from his crotch. He's no longer got a hard on. His Puma tinglings are tingling. He's got a whole new outfit on, Murray.
Yeah, he's dressed like a fucking dad. He's got the docks. He's got just like a black sweatshirt with the Lucha logo.
The New Balance white
not a Puma,
shoes.
Not a Puma. This is like a luchador mask.
Yeah, you think he would have Puma shoes, but no, New Balance.
No, New Balance Velcro.
Because he's a dad.
And the little Elvis cape.
Yeah.
And he takes flight. And man, is this the worst fucking like? I mean, Superman had come out a year before. It was a lot better.
Oh yeah,
because obviously he's just wearing a belt that has a wire on each side because he's just dangling. He's not even like all they had to do was lay like they did with the Christopher Reeve, lay him on like a green table
and have the rear
like,
projection.
No, just this guy hanging from a wire.
Now, are you okay with the fact that he doesn't know how to fly at all? And he's going, "Whoa!"
I like that,
Yeah.
Because how would you know how to fly instinctively?
Exactly. So
Because pumas don't fly. I think they don't.
I haven't been in the wild in a while, but I don't think they're known for flying.
But Vidino, like you said, being the Steve James of the movie, the real brains, he's like, you don't fly. Your mind does it.
It was kind of annoying because his crash landing was him doing a backflip. Catch me, Vidino. And Vidino stands there and catches him. But yeah, he's explaining to him, I'm afraid to stand up. I might just start flying again. No, Tony. You do not fly. Your mind flies.
It's telekinesis. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
No other superhero movies ever explained it better than Pumaman.
So we got to be careful around pumas because pumas have telekinetic powers, everybody. So be careful.
Now, is this where does Vidino tell Tony about the mask?
I believe he does give him a little bit of information about the mask right here, and Tony is confident that Cobras has it because I think he channels it. He might flash into the trash. So it's right here, or is it a minute later? I can't remember.
Yeah, he doesn't go to the trash sludge yet.
He goes to that in a minute. But yeah, Tony somehow knows that Cobras has the mask. I think Vidino,
maybe because of the power of the Puma, you can sense it. Because the questions we have about the mask are: is it a tool for good? Because all it does is it's mind control. Mm-hmm. It's much like in Star Wars, where we're like, well, the Jedis are good, but their main power is controlling people's minds. Is that a good power?
It's not. No,
it's evil.
It's evil. No, everything about Star Wars is fucked, and I don't get why it's as popular as it is. First three are fine. Prequels are okay. Last three, I don't even know because I will not watch them. So Vidino does explain to him. He somehow learned that Cobras has the mask and explains to him the crawl at the beginning, not crawl, but the print at the beginning of the movie. He's desecrated the mask, so now you, as the Pumaman, have to murder an 80-year-old man. That's your calling in life.
Makes more sense. He's lived a full life.
Yeah.
So Tony's like, all right, I can do that. So I'm going to awkwardly follow Cobras in his car. We get some more like, we couldn't just have like Down Pleasance in a real car. We get more like fucking rear projection.
Yeah. Remember, Tony, it's the mind, not the muscles. It's very akin to, look, man, your pussy might make your brain hard, or your dick hard, but it'll make your brain soft.
Well, we learned that earlier with Jane.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
His dick was very hard.
Yeah.
And his brain very soft.
So Cobras, like you said, we should have just followed Cobras for a minute here. Again, another scene cut out of MST3K right here. We should have just stayed.
It's too long.
Yeah,
it's very, MSK, whatever the fuck. Great editing skills because they know the proper things to cut out.
Perfect editing in this movie. I will agree, 100%. So it should have just been Cobras in his car, and he's getting calls because they all have car phones, and they're like, he's following you. We can see him because Tony doesn't know how to fly yet. He doesn't know how to be discreet yet. He's just fumbling around through the city streets, whoa, and everybody notices him. So they're like, he's following you. Great. That's the decoy. We'll lead him into the trap, and then you guys will know what to do. Where do they lead him to, Murray?
I was expecting the wharfs, but it's the next best thing. It's actually down in an abandoned Sparks factory. They're building a new one. This is what happens overseas in Europe. Yeah. They build. We just fucking destroy it. Let everything go to waste. So they're even saying, 1980, the newest Sparks factory coming soon. And all his goons are sitting there waiting. They're hiding behind boxes. Shh. And then he's like, whoa! And then comes down. And the trap is set.
Oh, it's so good. But, Tony's smart enough not to just charge right at them. So he's kind of doing...
I don't think he knows how to charge at them at this point.
Good point.
He's just fumbling. He's like dog paddling.
Yeah, so he's hopping around everywhere, and they're shooting at him and missing. He hasn't figured out that he can phase into objects yet.
Well, yeah, that's
just
day 2.
He's just using his tremendous leaps, as they like to call them, and doing a little zippy flying here and there. And eventually, he takes out all the goons and leaves one guy with a nice big old mustache. 8 out of 10 mustache. It's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Grabs him and carries him up to like 100 feet in the air. And he's like, tell me where the mask is. I don't know nothing about no mask. All right. Well, then I'm going to drop you. And he slowly falls behind a green screen.
Yeah. They don't even have it, so it looks like he's falling straight down. It's on an angle. It's so fun. He's going down a slide with the green screen behind him.
And then Tony grabs him when he's 50 feet up.
All right, I'll tell you. It's in a mansion somewhere, but I can't tell you more than that. Anybody who goes to the mansion has their mind wiped, and so my brain can't remember what it was in the mansion. I just know it was a mansion.
And we all know there's only 3 mansions in all of London. One has the Queen has. One is Michael Caine's house.
Yeah.
And the third one is Cobrace's headquarters.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't know what the big deal is. I figured that out.
So now that Tony has this new information, he returns to Vidinho, and he's like, I found out it's in a mansion somewhere. There's probably... I'm not kidding when I put on this whiny tone. This is Tony. There's probably a
Moni.
What did I say?
Moni is more like
Moni. I like it, Murray, with your dad jokes over here.
See my New Balances?
Those are New Balances. I love them. You're getting white all over my floor. Could you please stop, though? Gym-appropriate shoes next time. And so he tells Vidinho, he's like, there's $1 million. I don't know what to do. I quit. I don't want to be the Puma. Take the strap off me. Put it on a fucking pole match. I don't care. I don't want it.
Was I supposed to say something? So Vidinho is like, you have more powers, and we're going to find your new powers. Let's go to this warehouse.
Very cool, very calm, very collect. Vidinho is
his job is to basically train his father was probably the high priest that trained his father.
Yeah.
So yeah,
his job is to babysit Tony.
Yeah,
Moni, if you will.
Moni.
Yeah. So follow me back. They're probably waiting at my house for me, wondering where... This is a line right from the... They're probably waiting for me at my house right now, wondering why I'm late. Don't worry. We'll go to my we'll go to my place.
The old abandoned warehouse.
On the riverfront. Love it.
And so, before they do it, they have to kneel in prayer. They need to say grace to the Puma God. And Tony's kind of scoffing at it. He's like, what?
Why aren't they down here helping us if they're so powerful? Because each man is a god. Each man is free. We need to do some things for ourselves, not...
Vidinho sets him straight, so it's respect!
Yeah.
It's like, show respect to the Puma gods. And that shuts him down.
Yeah. Now, kneel like he's talking to a dog. And it works. When he talks with his commanding voice instead of the cool, calm voice, Tony knows exactly what Vidinho says. So he comes over and kneels next to him. Is your brain clear, brother? I think so. Okay. Concentrate real hard on the mansion. Doesn't know what the mansion is, but he's concentrating real hard on mansions. So I guess he's just imagining giant, like, front rooms, spiraling staircases, chandeliers, butlers. You know, all that mansion shit.
Right.
And it works. Well,
they start chanting, every man is a god, every man is free.
Yeah.
That's their mantra.
Yeah. And then Tony slips into a psychedelic music video.
He goes to the trash lodge. He goes to that parallel world that we know Neil Breen showed it to us.
Yep.
It's a trashier version of our world.
There must be, in Vidinho's little necklace he always wears, there must be a fucking die in that thing or something. Because we know that die has all kinds of powers and all that. So I think that's what's happening with the necklace.
I think the die is in the base of the gold mask.
Oh. I think there's one in the belt buckle, too, maybe.
There's a lot.
That's what's allowing Tony to travel in here. So
and
Tony's going through,
he's like astral projecting. He's like, what's going on? I'm confused. What?
Dad, help me. Vidinho, please. And he pops back out and he comes to and he just sits down next to Vidinho and he's like, I don't know what to tell you. I almost got lost in the nothingness. I'm a baby over here. I How am I supposed to do this?
And then he just ate a plate of spinach. I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
And he said, no more books. And he just threw a book.
He's mocking Vidinho when they walk in because Vidinho just got like a sheet on the ground. And he's like, do you sleep there? Gross. Vidinho tells him, it's not how you sleep, brother. It's how you wake up. It's really smart. Everyone should take that to heart.
But apparently, he did learn how to teleport through this trash lodge excursion.
I believe that's true, yeah.
And so he's like, maybe my buddy Martin from earlier in the movie, the mailman, policeman, meter maid, I don't know what the fuck
firefighter.
he was. I'm going to say he was a meter maid because he looked like that was his job.
Uniform said meter maid. His truck said firefighter. His boots said fucking fisherman.
And he just pops into the little old truck that Martin has. And Martin, he's kind of like, he takes it with grace. He's like, hey, where you been, Tony?
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't heard of any other Americans dying. What's with your outfit? What's going on here, man? Got a whole new look going to you.
And he's like, look, I don't have time to explain. Do you have one of those position indicators that I need? You know what I'm talking about. Well, sure, right here, mate.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's Australian for a second. And
he pulls a cigar out of because he's like, do you have a transistor and receiver? Oh, you mean Tony, you mean a position indicator. Now tell me what's going on with this garb. What is it? I'm the Pumaman. What? The Sandwich Man? What is that? That's a completely different bag.
How did he get Sandwich Man from Pumaman?
It's just a joke. I don't know. It's just fun.
That's not even a dad joke.
That's a Martin joke.
Yeah.
So
Martin has no friends.
So, yes. So he gives Tony a position indicator.
And then, like, they're going so slow that Tony literally walks out of the moving car. But they're going fast enough that Martin crashes his fucking car. He's going, like, under 5 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. And he gets out and shakes his fist at Tony, and Tony just smiles at him. Aww. And Tony just teleports back to Vidinho. Oh, or no, actually, he walks up there because he had to walk up there. Because once he gets outside that warehouse, boom, the Puma senses tingle.
Cobra's guys have shown up. Apparently, they had a position indicator on Tony. I don't know how they found.
I don't know.
Him.
Yeah, I don't know.
So all hell breaks loose. Tony starts. Vidinho's cheerleading him on. You know?
Vidinho, we all know, ninjas know this as well. Even Michael Dudikoff and Steve James know nets are the most dangerous weapons, especially when you're a Puma man, especially when you're a Vidinho man, because Vidinho got caught in a net. And they're trying to get Vidinho to yell for Tony, to be like, come on in, Tony, everything's cool. But, yeah, it's a total trap they got set up for him.
Well, he isn't captured yet because he's still cheering him on.
Oh, no, he's captured.
No, he's not.
He gets out like a second later, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Murray, 10,004 times.
Okay. Well, so he's just cheering him on, you know, because this is his job to babysit. And
Yep.
you're doing good, patting him on the head.
Tony has learned his phasing ability at this
Mastered
point.
it.
And, yeah, you're right. He's mastered it. So he's just toying with these guys. He's flipping around. He's flying. You hear him just, like, doing jumps. There's not quite the $6 billion man sound effect, but it's something similar, just a little off-key.
So like a video game, these are the 10-point villains. He takes them out, and then the 25-point villains show up in their cars.
Yeah, two cars roll up, and now we get just a bunch of shots of, like, close-ups of guns firing, and then things that the guns are supposedly hitting off in the distance, but not a Tony. They're not hitting any Tonys.
And we've got to point out, he goes, am I bulletproof? No, that's the one Puma power you don't have. Okay. And then he grabs a car, flips it over.
Vidinho's just watching this with the hugest smile. Get him, Tony! Yeah! Flips a car. What?
And then he's like, Tony, you have another power. It's in your hands.
Your hands are claws!
And then Tony just, like a can opener, just rips the fucking roof off of a car.
Grabs a couple heads and bashes them together like a couple coconuts.
And everybody's taken out. And Vidinho's like a proud papa.
Yep.
And he's like, Tony, the gods are going to help us. Greg pulls out his necklace. Oh, yeah. They take off, and then he had the shit kicked out of him, Vidinho.
Yeah.
I think he took it to, like, so
to get fired Tony fired up.
Yes.
Yeah, give him some kind of motivation because he's feckless.
And he's like, don't worry about it. He's like, your beautiful face, Vidinho. Don't worry about it. I got it covered. Pulls out his necklace, rubs his face with it, and it magically heals his face.
Right. So it's like, where do we go from here? Because Tony is now, he's got his position indicator. So he's like, okay, Vidinho, here's my plan. I'm going to disappear again because I have no plan. And sure enough, he disappears.
Well, what we learn is, and then they totally forget about it, he says how, because he can't find the mansion, he's got to have been to a place to teleport to.
Yes.
So I guess since he's seen Jane's car, he can teleport to it.
That's got to be it. As far as we know, the Puma logic that's happening here, that's exactly it. He has seen Jane's car once, so he knows how to shoot into it.
And Jane, she's even wearing a crazier outfit. She's wearing she's wearing like a leather skull cap. I don't know what was going on. That's her driving cap.
Yes, and she's got great poofy curly hair, and like you have little flocks of hair popping out of it, and just tucked under the chin. And then even when she gets out later, she's got like 4-inch fucking boot heels on and a full Trash Lodge, form-fitting uniform.
Yeah, she's working for Cobra's right now, so she's got her uniform, her work clothes.
As we've been alluding to, the Cobra's worm is deep in her brain.
Well, he's got a bust of her, of course. Oh God, it was the most frightening bust I've ever seen. Tony's actually looked pretty good, but hers was like frightening. And look at her with a stroke or something, and she's like,
That's just how Cobra sees her because she denied him.
Oh, okay. Denied his advances?
Yes.
Because we know she's in love with Tony. She's known him all of like an hour or two. She's spent that much time with him, so it's love.
Now, how much of that actually is her attraction to Tony? Because she's been under Cobra's mind control for the longest time.
Oh, that's what stopped. That's why she's fighting the power, because it's her love for Tony.
Yeah.
Because they're driving, and she's like, she can feel like Cobra's is like, you will do what I say. Kill the Pumaman.
Keep your hands at 10 and 2. Do not look down.
And I guess Tony senses something's wrong with her, or did she reveal that she's being controlled? I don't remember.
Yeah, she. Tony's trying to ask her where Cobras is keeping the mask. I can't tell you. She stopped the car, everybody. She's not still driving. She's pulled over to have this conversation. Look, you got to get out of here. And you got to help me, but you got to get out of here. Cobras' guys are right behind me. He's hijacked my brain, Tony. And he's like, shit. Okay. But he very quickly, during all of this, he pulls out that position indicator, and he pops half of it in her car. Right in the back seat, under the driver's seat, And
they just teleports away.
So, the Cobras' guys like check on Jane, and they're like, "We saw him in your car," but she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. He wasn't in here."
Well, Cobra's wants to talk to you, so they take her back to the mansion, and Cobra's is grilling her. What did he want? How did he disappear? Jane's like, I don't give a fuck. This is the man of my dreams.
Yeah,
I'm not betraying him.
And this is something that was cut from MST3K.
I don't know. This shouldn't have been cut.
She's not back in the lab right now. They're talking on one of the car phones. And Cobras is like, you're not doing my will right now, Jane. And so he forces like a record needle into the bus head.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like looking behind the golden mask. That's how he controls them. And then there's like a giant record needle that goes into the top of that. It's going at 33 1/3 RPMs.
Yes, of course.
And it controls her more. I don't know what the point of this was.
I'm learning so much about the brain because apparently if you can play the brain like a vinyl record,
right?
And if you spin it at 33 revolutions per minute, you'll pick up. You can force things into the brain.
Midgets, it's 45.
Damn it, that's a good joke, and I hate you.
And so. She's struggling, and he's like, he commands her to bring back the members of the International Security Services Commission, which is the guys from earlier.
Yeah, but now they're not going to go to the Dutch ambassador's house.
No,
they're going to go to his mansion.
Right.
Oh, they're going to go to Cobra's turf.
That's just what Tony needs because he's put the position indicator in Jane's car.
Yep. So We got Jane going back to Cobras' mansion, and you got Tony and Vidino right behind them, sneaking behind trees and everything, because Vidino's good at that.
They're tiptoeing.
So he's teaching Tony how to tiptoe and everything.
And they notice Jane, and then they're like, hey, who are those guys? And they notice those Security Service Commission guys showing up.
A bunch of high-ranking officers, but whatever would they be doing here? I better get in there, Vidino. And so Tony phases in and starts eavesdropping because Cobras lets him in, puts him in his finest dining hall with this very interesting-looking mirror that doesn't look suspicious at all at the end of it.
It's like a funhouse mirror.
It's like a funhouse mirror.
And it's also a two-way mirror. And we see that Cobras is behind the mirror looking in on them. They can't see him, obviously. It's a two-way mirror.
I'm glad you guys are all comfortable. I'll excuse myself so
exactly
you can talk.
He was like, I have to leave right now. Don't worry, I'll be back.
I wouldn't want to persuade you, gentlemen, in your decision about giving all the control of energy in Europe to me. So I'll excuse myself. Enjoy the hospitality. My finest Vinnies will be served.
Finest cold cuts.
Yes. But yeah, he goes to the other side of that two-way mirror.
And he starts working on him with his fucking golden mask. And we see the mask, like the mirror's vibrating and shit from the power. They don't notice this for some reason.
Yeah, and they're just talking. Man, that Cobras is really pleasant. I really like him. If he had a normal name, it'd be Donald Pleasance because he's just so pleasant.
I like that. Is Tony watching it or is Vidino? I don't remember.
I know Tony was listening, but I feel like Vidino. This is another scene.
Vidino found another hidden. Every one of these. This is how you know what a mansion is. They always have hidden like walkways.
Behind you pull like down the candelabra
with the eye holes cut out. That you look through, and he knows them all.
So all the officers like get up to leave, and Cobras is really pleased, and I'm like, why? Like it doesn't sound like anything happened here. We only heard them say like he's pretty okay. The cold cuts were great. Chef Boyardee out of a can in a mug is fantastic.
Well, it's the first step, I guess, in his plan. So he's happy. It went according to plan.
Yeah. And he just started. Cobras is down there like, I'm so close to controlling the world with the power of this mask.
He's giddy with power.
Couldn't he just make a bust of all the world leaders?
Yes, he could. Because he has a whole like library of like busts.
Oh my god. Didn't
Maybe
George?
It's just like he likes the power of toying with people, and like I don't know what his plan is.
First of all, rest in peace, Donald Rumsfeld, you piece of shit. Second of all, didn't George W. Bush move on to make do paintings of people?
Yes, horrible paintings of people.
Do you see what this connection is? He's got the fucking Puma mask. He's got the Aztec mask, and he's doing paintings, and he's going to try to control the world leaders.
Oh my. Q, get on this.
War criminal George W. Bush, still at large, trying to control the world.
We still remember. We didn't forget because of Trump. We remember George.
Yeah,
piece of shit. You murdered people.
Yeah.
For oil, just like Cobras.
This is all too real. Oh,
so
my
Cobras
God.
is getting his powers. Like, you know what? I'm gonna have Jane kill Pumaman. Just for shits and giggles.
I mean, that is his goal. He did point out his goal earlier in the movie was kill the Pooh Man, who he knows is Tony.
But he's sadistic because he knows that Jane loves Pumaman.
Yeah. So he could have somebody else do it, but he is.
Right.
Yeah.
So he calls Jane into his lair. This is his gold mask lair with all the heads. And then he's like, "You will kill Pumaman for me." Pumaman shows up, right?
Yeah, Pumaman is about to show up here. He's lurking in the background as Cobras is working over Jane. So she's like comatose she's eyes wide open, but nothing's going on behind him. I read those eyes. She doesn't have the veil on anymore. I was reading those eyes. And he's giving her a gun, and she's looking down at it.
Janie's got a gun.
Janie's got a gun. A little inspiration for Aerosmith right there.
That song's all about Pumaman. People don't know that. That's why it was a hit song.
That is why.
And she's just struggling.
Yeah, Tony's walking up and
she's so
pulling the
beautiful.
gun. Yeah, oh my God, and
you see that horrible fucking bus start cracking under the power. It's getting more disturbing by the minute.
Yeah, and so Cobras is yelling at Jane, "Shoot him, Miss Dobson, shoot him now. And she turns the gun into the air just as she's about to squeeze the trigger and fires one off up into the ceiling. And you're right, Donald is behind the mask trying to control Tony now.
And you see, that's the thing. It's creating a bust of Tony. It's actually Tony's real face. He just superimposed.
You're right.
It's creating
He's
a
not
bust.
making them. It just immediately created
Yeah.
as soon as it was turned on him.
Right.
Okay. I'm sure he can still try to make the bust himself, but I was wondering where that bust came from. Because it wasn't there a minute ago. Then the mask looks at him. That's part of the mask's power. It can just make awful busts of people.
Right.
It goes into the trash lodge, and 3-year-olds construct this bust.
It's like a 3D copier. Yeah, printer.
Yeah.
Copier printers. Okay.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the premise because
Yeah.
it's great. You're right.
That probably inspired them to make 3D printers.
This movie.
That's what the needle does. I think it makes the fucking thing.
Everything about this just makes sense. So Tony, using his agility, and by that I mean he walks at Cobras, and then he lurches at this force field that he has now. And it's so strong that he can't get through it.
He's like, he's scratching at it.
He's literally like shrieking like, "Ow! It hurts. It harms me."
Yeah, so maybe it's his kryptonite. It's the Pumanite.
I mean, we do know about that little fucking slide computer thing inside the mask. Maybe it says, hey, if you need to take out the Pumaman, this is how you do it.
So we know he can phase, but he's like, fuck that. He Kool-Aid Man's a wall. He just barges through a wall.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I think what we learned here was that it took his powers. That's what Cobra seems to think.
It did. Yes, it did. I don't know how, but it did. Because I think what it was when it made the bust, it took his powers.
Yeah, just sucked him up and put him into the bust. That makes sense to me.
So he escapes by running through a wall.
Yeah, and oh man, and Cobras is just like, I'm going to destroy your powers, Pumaman.
But he still has his powers because he flies.
Yeah,
but
it's a little more erratic.
Maybe he's like, he hasn't lost them yet. He's losing them.
Yeah,
he's draining him.
It's slipping. I like this, and it's looking like it's the end of our Pumaman. And of course, Vidinho, it's like a kite for him. You know, he's always within a string.
And like you said, he's like Michael Myers or Jason. He can just
teleport.
Yeah, he can somehow walks, but he meets up with Tony.
Yeah, Tony makes a crash landing into like the third story of some building, and you get to see him like claw through bricks. Yeah, and he's got no more strength in his arms. He just pulled bricks apart with his hands, but he's lost. That's like it. He's out of battery. Yeah. And so Vidinho has to quickly run up this building.
He's hanging
like
from a ledge.
3 flights. He pulls him inside of the building. And oh my God, this is gloom. This is gloomy. It's gloomy shit right here.
Yeah. So Cobra, he's not done yet. He's got the bust now. So he's controlling Tony. He's like, Tony, kill yourself. You know you want to kill yourself.
And Vidinho is just sitting him down. He's throwing little cool buckets of water in Tony's face. Tony, I need you to breathe calmly. And Tony, he's back to being a full-on bitch again. He's just like, Vidinho, here's the thing. I don't think I like being alive anymore. I think I want to kill myself.
Yeah, very chill, suicidal tendencies.
I
just want a Pepsi.
I just want a Pepsi. And Vidinho's like, no, brother. The sugar and the high fructose corn syrup, that's what'll really get you. That's bullshit right there. I want you to kneel with me. I told you I want to kill myself. Kneel with me. Each man is a god. Each man is free.
Each man is a god. Each man is free.
And Cobras, he is focusing that mass, and the mirror is wobbling so hard. He's resisting me. Goons, go out there. Get him. The mask has given his location away. Like, it's GPS as well.
Yeah, I think he can see through Tony's eyes now. I think that's what it is.
That's fine. I mean, if Tony was able to teleport based on seeing a car, no matter where that car is, he can teleport. I'm fine with his mask giving away his location. I'm cool with that. So the goons, they head over, But Tony, you know,
You didn't see I think they even cut this out of the Mystery Science Theater and what we watched. There was a moment when he's in the force field. He slips a position indicator into Tony's pocket. So
a transmitter and receiver.
both, yeah.
So Tony, you know, he's ready to kill himself. Vidino, he's calmed him down with the mantra. He's like, Tony, we can kill you. You have the power in you.
You didn't know it? 10 minutes of death power.
Yeah. Come
Every
on.
Puma has that.
Come on. You're such a bitch. So he goes outside and he lays them down. Again, they found another abandoned warehouse. This one was like on an abandoned train track, too.
Yeah.
So they lay him down and they're like, just breathe, brother. Breathe. And boom, Tony's dead. His heart stops.
Everything.
So the goons arrive. Cobras's goons arrive and immediately notice him.
Well, they did a nice like trap they set because they busted a hole through the ceiling of the house to make it look like he fell through the building and crashed. So it was a nice touch.
Oh my god! I forgot about the scene where Vidino has to tackle him because it was like it was after they did the whole prayer and everything that Tony's like, I need to lose my urge to live, and Vidino, because he's probably 100 pounds heavier and like a foot taller than Tony, he has to fucking calm him down. He pins him to the ground, and then he goes one step further. And you will not appreciate this. He Ronnie Garvins him. He pins him by
Teabagged him?
sitting on his chest with his testicles right on fucking Tony's face. And that's how he calms him into 10-minute death.
I'd want to die, too, if I had Ronnie Garvin's nuts on my face.
Yeah. He flashed his fist up in the air, too.
Ugh.
I miss Ronnie.
He did have his hair similar to Ronnie, too.
Yes, he did. Oh, my God.
Frankenstein. So, Cobra's goons arrive. We got the trap set. Tony's dead. He's probably in minute 7 or 8 of the death here. And they really sell it because this, no pun intended, would have bugged the shit out of me. They bug to show you that he's dead. There's a bug crawling on Tony's face.
Yeah, like in his nose and on his eye and everything. Oh, and he's got his eyes wide open.
Good acting, Tony.
But they got a guy there who knows how to read a heartbeat, so he's in there.
Right.
And he's checking the pulse, and he's like, this guy's got no pulse.
Puts the mirror up to his mouth.
Goes-
I see no fog.
No fog. They go over. They call in Cobras. Boss,
Rubs his dick, see if it gets hard. He's like, no erection. He's dead.
It's got to be dead. Oh, man. So they call in Cobras, and they're like, boss, we're pretty sure he's dead. We checked his pulse. It's not doing shit.
He lifted his arm 3 times. It fell
dropped.
3 times.
Did you check to see if he got a boner? We did. We worked that dick hard.
We put his finger in some warm water. Did not urinate on himself.
Did not
We
urinate.
Did all the tricks.
He did shit himself, but as we know, when you die, you shit yourself.
Yeah.
And Cobras, that sounds...
Do you want me to shoot him? No. We have to make it look like an accident. Why? I don't know. We've been murdering people left and right, but now we have to make this
throwing
look
them
like an
out the window
accident.
because that looks like an accident.
Yes.
Seriously, that was the logic. It looked like an accident when we threw people, despite everyone knowing people were being thrown out the window.
And the goon's like, all right, whatever you say. They hop in their Jaguar, take off. Nice touch. They're driving a Jaguar.
Yeah.
He's a Pumaman.
I didn't put that connection. Oh, that's great. But the goons, like, as they get in their car, they get suspicious. We had to draw out this scene for longer. Like, we had to feel the full 10 minutes of Tony being dead because the goons go back a second and third time to make sure.
Squeezes his balls. Tony's like, he's dead. You can't take a ball squeeze like that.
Yeah, now he's got 2 flies on his face, so they're like, that's 2 bugs. That's too many. He's got to be dead.
Gotta be dead. And they fuck off.
So, Vidino, now that they have gone, he comes over, he hugs...
Vidino gets very dark now.
I love Vidino, man. This is Vidino finally getting to live his life because he goes over to Tony, hugs him.
End his life.
Yeah. And he's like, Tony, I'm so proud of you. You did a great job, but your powers are gone. You're a man now. So sit here and let the adults take care of the mission. And Tony's still whining, but I gotta go help for Jane. How will I ever get a hot piece of ass if I don't save Jane?
Vidinio's like, I don't know what to tell you. While he's doing this, he's making a suicide vest out of dynamite. And where he got the dynamite, I don't know. And maybe that's plan B. And he's like, 72 virgins, here I come.
Whoa.
And Tony's like, no, Vidinio, you can't do that. I won't allow it.
Let me join you on the mission. I can, like, stand and get in the
light
way.
the dynamite.
I can light the dynamite.
And he's like, no, brother. This is the mission for me. And he knocks Tony out.
Yeah, because Tony is just so... He wants to go so bad. Just to be in the way. That's all Tony's going to do is be in the way. So Vidinio's like, brother, I hope you can forgive me. And he just looks down to the side, and then he turns around and quickly sucker punches Tony, and then ties him to a coffin. On the top of it.
Very symbolic.
Yeah.
So Vidinio makes it back to the mansion. He's just nonchalantly just putting dynamite everywhere, putting in it's like an Easter egg hunt. He's putting in a bird's nest.
Perfect description of how he's placing this dynamite. Like it's not structurally sound that you need
but
to knock
it's enough
out.
to blow a mile crater. That's
according to him.
Yeah.
According to him. I don't know how well he's versed on dynamite, but we'll see. So he immediately gets caught. As far as we know, maybe he did get more, and they just decided to spare us from watching him go around the mansion for an hour placing dynamite.
So they're like, hey, boss, they radio Cobra. Hey, boss, we got the guy out here. Position him. And then I don't know why this scene needed to happen, because he has closed circuit TV camera somewhere, so he's in his lair.
They invented Skype.
He's in his lair watching Vidinio, and he's like...
They're having a conversation with each other.
And it's just like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
He's like, bring him in.
They're asking, what are you doing here? I need the mask. You cannot have it. You are desecrating it. I must return it to the Andes mountain.
Yes.
All right. Bring him in here.
And as they bring him in, Vidinio spots Jay, and he's like, Tony's alive. How does she know he's dead?
I didn't know she knew. Well, unless Cobra, or maybe she was standing in the background or something. But this affirmation does help Jane. Her eyes light up for the first time in a while.
She's got a reason to live.
She's got a... Oh, boy. That's real sad. The real shame of this movie is Jane thinks... she loses her will to live when Tony is supposedly dead. All right, so... I thought they were going to go face to face here, but no, they put Vidinio in the meeting room where we saw the ambassadors
with a funhouse mirror.
Yeah,
and Cobra gets behind the gold mask. He's gonna beat it out of Vidinio.
Yeah. Why do you want the mask? What are you here for? What is your mission? What is your favorite color?
And Vidinio's just like, serenity now. Serenity now.
Every man is a god.
Each man is free. And then Vidinio's like, even though the mantra's stopping the mind control of the golden mask, but he's pretending like he's being turned.
Sell job on Vidinio. Seriously, hero of the movie. Steve James of the movie right here, Vidinio. He realizes he's got a new plan. He's so good at improvising. So he drops the dynamite belt, and he hands it to the guy. But they're coming in now. They're getting closer to him with their guns. So he fucking pulls a fucking Jackie Chan move, chops guns out of their hands, flip toss, hip toss, fucking suplexes the guy onto a chair. Oh, my God. It looked like he broke his neck, too.
Pulls out a bang snappy head in his lip, throws it at the mirror. The mirror shatters into a million pieces.
Jesus Christ, not just the mirror. That fucking whole wall was blown apart. And his lab is right there, too. So it's like you got this big
and
explosion.
even Cobra's like, fuck. He's like all fucked up. He got smoke on him and shit.
Yeah. I fucking love this scene. That was crazy. And so, for some reason, he doesn't run into the lab. Like, Vidinio runs into, like, the hallway to the left. And that's where he's getting surrounded now by all the goons and everything. But
you got to remember, also, because of the explosion, Jane's bust gets busted. And she busts Tony's bust to bust his bust.
Murray, I could not have said that so well. That was like the tongue twister of all tongue twisters.
And that returns Tony's powers because his bust is busted.
Yeah. It's like we've gone back to him a few times during this whole last scene with Vidinio and just seen him struggling under the ropes. I can't get out. I'm so sad. I want to die again. But now his bust has busted. He's fucking ready to bust free, and he immediately runs for the first wall, teleports through, and oh my god, T3K calls this the Hail Needham moment. They go back to back, Vidinho and Pumaman, and they just start busting fucking heads.
It's like the '60s Batman show. Bam, wham! They're just Vidinho like grabs Tony by the waist and he kicks the guy.
So good. Oh my god! And the happiest music is playing while these people they're just getting their necks snapped and shit. And yeah, the happy music is playing.
Fucking Vidinho no selling everything.
The guy did a serious fucking drop kick on him, and he fucking hawked on him. It was so good. I seriously, I do love this action scene right here. It's so good. Oh man, and they're just kicking through all these guys, and then finally Tony, he's like, I gotta get that Cobras. So he gets back into the lab, and he's slowly stalking up on Cobras, who's behind his layer as usual,
behind his mask, but not really. He's kind of above it.
Yeah.
And he puts the force field back on. But Tony is ready for it this time.
Yeah. He's learned a thing or two. I mean, it's the same skills he had before, but he's learned not to walk into the energy field.
Yeah, he just phases up through the floor, right?
Smart, yeah. He goes down and comes back up.
And he's beats the shit out of this poor old man. He's just pummeling an 80-year-old.
He's trying to. Donald Pleasance is dodging him like he is one of the agents from the Matrix. It was stupendous. And Tony is grabbing, like, we've seen you peel a car apart. We've seen you fucking shred bricks apart. Like, even Jean-Claude can't shred bricks apart with his hand. But yeah, Donald Pleasance is eluding all these attacks. And he slips away somehow, and then Tony can't keep track of him.
He slips away because there's a trap door on the floor. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't notice that. That was sleight of hand on Donald Pleasance in this movie is fantastic.
And he gets to the chopper, and he gets in the chopper. Unfortunately, we don't have Wing and his bazooka. Not Wing, but I forget what that guy's name was from Cage 2. And
no, that's a baseball player.
Oshima,
Oshima or something like that. Yeah,
go listen. And so the chopper takes off, but Pumaman can fly like every Puma can do.
So he's literally swimming.
He's breaststroking.
He's doing a breaststroke at him, and he's eluding bullets while he's doing that because apparently this helicopter has guns as well.
Yes, it does.
He gets literally Cobras bumps the Pumaman with the helicopter a few times, as if it was a car playing chicken on the road or something. Wait, that's a different game. But yeah, cars bumping each other on the road. And so
bumper cars.
Tony's or bumper cars. I don't know why I went further away from that. So Tony is getting bumped around and everything. He's getting shot at, but finally, he gets into the helicopter and struggles to get control of it.
Cobra is fear of his life. You get that superpower.
That's got to be up.
But he manages to steer it right into like an electrical train. I don't know.
It steers it into the ground. It happens to also hit. This was his comeuppance because he was an energy man. He went right into an energy tower.
He landed right into a wind turbine.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
And he didn't. You know how he died? He got cancer. So it's done. We killed we go to Stonehenge somewhere. I don't know where. The mini version of Stonehenge. I think it's actually Spinal Tap Stonehenge. They're very small.
Yeah, they were at an amphitheater, so they were going to play there. They got up the real Stonehenge. Well, the better fake Stonehenge.
Virginio, he's got the mask. He's ready to just give it back to the elders, the aliens, whatever.
Yeah, the Puma people.
And this is like high priest. He's going to commune with the aliens. This is very important to Vidinho.
Yeah.
Tony doesn't give a fuck at all.
Hey, Vidinho, check it out. I got Jane back. She's giving me a handy while I talk to you right now. Over the pants.
Respect! And then just fucking immediately goes limp. And he's like, show respect for the Puma gods, Pumaman.
Come. Kneel. Kneels. And
Jane already kneeling because she was blowing Tony at the time. But he kneels as well. And then we see that Christmas ornament go. Well, everything gets dark.
Mm-hmm.
They power over they can make an eclipse happen. Maybe the ship is so big it's making an eclipse.
It's got to be it.
And they take the mask, and they take it back to the Andes. They keep it. Well, maybe they realize this mask makes no sense. We need to keep it out of the hands of humans.
You think they would just be like, we're going to take it and not leave it on Earth. They still haven't told us why it's here to begin with.
Yeah, what's its purpose besides controlling people?
It is a position indicator.
Oh, it's good for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all it is. It's got to be. So when they're 2 light years out, they can catch the blips and know that Earth is still around.
So then they must be taking it back to the Andes then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So they're going to take it back to the Andes, and Pumaman, Tony, he's like, Vidinho, what's going to happen to you? I thought you were going to be film us fucking or something.
Does the gold mask get desecrated every generation? Is that why we need a Pumaman?
It has to be.
So this was like his turn.
Yeah, because it was each these last 2 generations. There's been need of a Pumaman, so yeah, that has to be the story. So they're gonna take it back to the Andes, and Vidinho's like, I'm going with them, but not really with them. I'm going back to the Andes to be with the mask.
And they could have set the sequel up by having Indiana Jones, who we now know is in the Andes, looking for it, finding it, and taking it again.
I would have been happy with that. It could go to the Nazi vault that we see, or whatever that was in the end of the one Indiana Jones movie.
The Nazi ball?
Vault.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Nazi vault. It was an American vault.
I didn't know what kind of vault it was. That's what I was saying. It was a vault.
Well, it was a warehouse.
Warehouse. Okay. Splitting hairs.
Not really.
Okay.
So, Vidinho's like, look, I know you want to get to banging, but when you knock this broad up, send your kid to me. I'm going to teach him all about the Puma knowledge.
Maybe not to be a bitch like you, Tony. God, you suck.
And he's like, I can do that. And then he grabs Jay, and they fly up, and they fuck in midair or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she says, oh, what are we going to do up here? She's giggling. Again, that Joker smile of hers, ear to ear, just so happy. What are we doing up here, Tony? Well, how else do you think you make little Pumaman? Yeah, they're going to fuck right up. They hovering above the Stonehenge.
Vidinho's like, I'm going to get out of here because I don't want to get any debris on me.
Yeah, oh boy. It's just going to drop right down.
So there you have it. Pumaman.
Oh, man. Fantastic. A great nostalgic trip for me. I had a lot of fun. It definitely needs scenes cut out. MST3K, like I said, 3 episodes worth revisiting. This is one of them.
Griff, what a great start to Not So Superhero Month.
I can't think of a better way to start it.
I can think of a better way to continue it.
Yeah, I could see this being a good continue. I'm just rambling. Why am I rambling?
Weird, because this isn't your wheelhouse. I'm usually the guy who wraps things up. You're the starter. I'm the closer. You're the starter.
That sounds accurate.
We're gonna do a little. We're going in the world of DC, but not Batman, not Superman, not Wonder Woman, not a character most people know, but a character that's way better than Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
We've actually only done Batman movies, right?
Yes, and that's probably all we're ever going to do.
Wow. Is there anybody else who could really... Who else has got movies outside of Batman? I can't think of anybody else.
I can think of one person, and his name is Swamp Thing. Ooh, that's right, people. We're doing Wes Craven's 82, maybe 81,
what?
Swamp Thing.
Wes Craven...
From not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, he directed this.
I was going to say, he's the Friday...
No,
wait,
he's the Nightmare
on Elm Street.
I got the same thing. I corrected myself, and you discorrected me.
Got it right in my brain there.
Yeah, it's got one of my... This is a guy who's never been on. He probably never will be because he mostly did horror movies, but David Hess is one of the greatest all-around horror creeps that ever existed, and he's in this movie. I'm happy. Our man Ray Wise is in it.
Oh, Ray Wise. You had me at Ray Wise.
Well, I got you more. We get to see Adrienne Barbeau, who was Maggie in Escape from New York. We see her tits in this movie.
She married...
John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. I was going to say Stallone.
No, she did not marry Stallone. That was Brigitte Nielsen.
Okay.
So I'm excited because I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I'll tell the story how I saw this as a child for my birthday. So sit on the pins and needles, wait for that story.
Oh, that story's coming. You sounded like you were getting ready to tell us.
No. This story that's going to go nowhere needs a week to percolate.
Oh, you're going to let that percolate?
Yep.
And it's going to be a week story, it sounds like.
Yes, in a week.
In a week's time, you'll get a
Yes,
week's
there's
story.
absolutely no point to the story at all. But
So-
I'm still going to tell it.
Is it a story or is it an anecdote?
More of an anecdote. 'Cause
Let's
it's
go
only-
ahead and peel this story
It's
banana.
only a couple sentences. I won't go into it. It's not deep.
So is it a haiku?
It's not like a swamp. It's shell like a swamp. It's not deep. Which gets me back to Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing, next week. We'll see you then. Keep it warm.